Is Jinx alive? Now, obviously, we all know the answer to that, and that's going to be yes. Quite simply because, well, we see an airship basically going off into the horizon at the very end of the season. And the very first episode of the season, Jinx goes, or Powder goes, I'm going to ride one of those one of these days. And this is kind of a nod to that. It's kind of exactly the same vessel, too, by the looks of it. And it's kind of the nod that they're giving you to that one day she's going to show back up. Now, again, I'm not a League of Legends player. I know absolutely fuck all about the lore. So I'm coming at you with a fresh, a freshness to it, which is I'm most likely wrong. But as an Arcane fan, I kind of want to speculate where she could be going. Now, some of the big League of Legends guys have already predicted this, and they could very well be right. But I don't think so, because I myself make my own stories and characters on YouTube and stuff like this. I'm a bit of a storyteller myself. Nothing nowhere near grand as this, but I like to jump into the shoes and mindset of the characters and sort of let those stories write themselves. Now, I kind of want to talk about 3 points. Point of view, common sense, and stage of character. So let's get to the point of view of why I don't believe a certain thing that a lot of these YouTubers have said, and that's that Jinx is going to Bilsgwater, which in Runeterra is like a pirate island. Let's get to that point of view. Now, if we look at their interactive map, we can see this is as far as we get. But what she would have done, she would have taken a sort of ship here from Runeterra, right? Now, as we see in this previous image, we can see that there's nothing on the horizon, right? So there's no land to the left or the right, there's no land in front of us. It's kind of just pissing off, going into a direction off into sea. So there's no land. Now let's have a look at a couple of things, like there's the rumours that she's going to Dramaska to be with the mage chick she makes friends with in a certain game or story or whatever, or she's going to Bilsgwater, which is the pirate place. Now, if she was going to Bilsgwater, right here, which is the pirate place, she would need to be at least, no matter where she is right here, she's going to see land, right? From Piltover to, she's going to see the coast of these islands. Even here, I believe, even on this point right here, she's still going to see the islands of Bilsgwater, right? I can't really flip the map around on a certain angle, but even from this point of view, where she could be on the, if the airship had just left these islands and you're looking out to the sea, you'd still see these islands in the distance, even the tip of them if they were bent around the horizon. I just don't see it happening. I don't see it entering Bilsgwater. That is just point of view. Common sense, I don't see a Piltover merchant ship flying to a pirate bay. That's fucking stupid. I mean, that would be like getting out 10 grand's worth of cash, walking around in a very shady neighbourhood with it displaying all over you. You're going to get robbed. You don't do that dumb shit. Right? No. I think merchant ships that go to Piltover want to very much stay away from a place like Bilsgwater. Now, point of character. Now, this would have been an absolutely perfect place in Season 2 if, instead of sticking around in Zarn, she took Isha and they fled because they were getting hunted and they went to Bilsgwater. This would have been a fucking playground for her. This would have been the absolute best place for her to be with Isha, raising them and selling weapons and being a criminal and all this sort of stuff. This would have been absolutely perfect for that stage. I think it was, Act 2? Act 2 and 1, or maybe I don't remember which one, but Act 2... Jinx, this would have been the absolute perfect place for her to come to if she was getting hunted and she fled instead of sticking around. This would have been the best place for her. He should still be alive too. But no, I don't believe she's coming here. Now, what I actually do believe, and these guys who create these stories, they definitely change a bit of the lore. They go around their own way. They want to create their own stories. The whole entire thing with Arcane is to promote the game League of Legends at the current time. But they also want to make their own stories. They're telling an origin story of a character, but sometimes they deviate. Like, I forgot her name. Ionia? No, that's a place, I think. The little robot girl that singed his daughter. That's not actually his daughter in the game. It's some artificer's daughter, and an artificer was a dude that was make robotic limbs. So that was actually his daughter in the game, but they've made her Singe's daughter. Oriana, I think her name is. Yes, that's different. So they might be going in a completely different path. I believe she's taking a boat, she's crossed over the land here, and she's on the way to Ionia. That's where I believe she is. That's where I believe she's going. Because, quite simply, there's quite a bit of waterway here, and as a small little ship, if you were even here, you wouldn't be able to see these islands. You wouldn't be able to see Ionia. So I don't believe she's going to Bilsgwater. I believe she's going to Ionia, especially because of her current state. She's very suicidal, but she also found some good in her heart to actually help the people. She was in a very positive, very negative, but also wanted to be driven into a very positive place. And Ionia is like the Asia of Runeterra, and it's very spiritual. And what she really needs at her current time is some serious spiritual healing. What the hell is that? Mendel City. There you go. So she's very... And she's in a bad place. She needs a lot of spiritual healing, and this place is the one place to do it. But there's also a setting here that is going on, right? Ionia, like I said, is very spiritual, and this empire over here called Noxus is invading it, right? It is the perfect place for her to be, and also the worst place, because she wants to break the cycle, right? And she's going to a place where she can heal. She can find some healing. And I think she's going to settle in. I think she's going to have an actual, like, she's going to properly heal. She might become an artificer, whatever the hell they call it, herself. Or she might make robotic limbs for people that have lost their limbs due to the war during the invasion. And she might actually start to heal, and maybe take the name Powder again, and making limbs for people instead of making weapons. And she might fall in love with somebody here that reminds her a lot of Echo, that has hope, that wants to fight for their people. And I think she'll heal. But I think the stories, they're always going to drag you down. This is what writers do. They make you feel happy, and they rip your fucking soul out from you. I think she'll fall in love, but then the Noxus invasion will eventually make its way to where she is, and she's torn between a place of, stopping the violence, stopping the cycle, but also defending herself, and very much this country could very well be like her personality, let the batshit crazy out, or just stop it. So she's kind of torn in between, these two worlds where her mentality is kind of, I want to stop killing people, I want to stop doing this, and she eventually does, and she starts to heal, but maybe the person she falls in love with is killed in this Noxian invasion, and it kind of resets her and puts her back into the same spot she was in when she came here, that she's a Jinx, that everyone she comes to love dies because of her, that she is the Jinx, and this might unhinge everything that she's done, everything she's earned and done, like, by healing herself. And she might, like I said, let the Jinx out, go a bit erratic, start hearing voices again, might see her dead boyfriend and here he's saying, I blame you, her psychosis kind of goes unhinged. And, well, I'm thinking of a setting to where, like, maybe the Noxian Empires, they've got this place down pat, right? They're going to win, easily. They've just killed everybody, it's a guaranteed win. But unfortunately for them, they let the Jinx out of the box, and she's gone and grabbed her weapons, and she's dashing all over the place, Zimmer dashing all over the place, just slaughtering everything that's responsible for killing the person she loved. She's got the fucking rocket launcher out, the minigun out, the monkey bombs, she's butchering everybody. And these guys had a guaranteed win, but they let her out of the box, and she slaughtered them all for those who are responsible for killing the person she loved. And Jinx is reborn. Now, I imagine that no doubt the merchant ship came from Piltover to Zarn, that maybe it might find its way back to Zarn and tell the story of a young woman with blue hair that was purple lightning all over the place using a minigun and these weird little strange monkey bombs. And that might eventually find that those rumours would end up finding their way to Caitlyn and Vi, which could very well connect these characters back to the story of wherever Ionia is. But that's just what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that, the story for Jinx isn't in Bilsgwater because it doesn't make any sense for the point of view the ship was leaving into the horizon, and it doesn't make any sense for her character at the current stage of Arcane, and it also doesn't make sense that a merchant ship from Piltover would make its way to Bilsgwater, which is a pirate city. It doesn't make any sense. This would have been perfect for her if she went there with Isha, but I think she's going here because she needs to heal, and she's going to heal, but eventually someone's going to piss on her healing and kill someone she loves, and she's going to believe she's a Jinx again and go psychotic and murder everyone responsible, and that story is going to travel back to Piltover and Zarn. That's just what I would do as a storyteller. This kind of, everyone's kind of, you kind of want to deviate what everyone thinks on, especially the League of Legends players, that she's going to Bilsgwater because she's Jinx. And the game Jinx definitely would. Dramatica, I don't think she's going there because, again, to get there, you're crossing over land. Now, I don't know how big their empire is, so maybe you don't want to really, you're going to take the ship here and go around, but again, you're still going to see land on one side of that image that we saw. So I don't think she's going there. Not yet anyway. But I think she'll eventually find the Jinx, but she won't be as psychotic as she was in Piltover. She'll kind of find the middle ground eventually when she becomes a main character in the story. That's at least what I would do as a storyteller. I would want to I want to surprise you. I wouldn't put her here, I'd put her here. Have a heal, have that healing all go to shit, and connect characters from Piltover and Zon to try and track her down, whatever story they're going with, because obviously they want to go here, they're going to want to go here, and they want to go here. And eventually they'll probably want to go to the Freljords, because these are like the Viking dudes, I think. This is like the Viking area of Runeterra. Asia, Vikings, Fire Nation, Pirates, Wasteland, and I don't actually know what this place is. I have not a fucking clue. But by the looks of it, it does look a bit dead right here like it does there. I don't know. But that's just what I'm thinking. That's what I believe is happening with Jinx. And one day when we eventually find our way in Ionia, we have to keep a lookout for any sort of chick that's working at a sort of blacksmithery or anything like that has blue hair, maybe a dash of purple eyes. That would be the spot that we'll probably find her in before shit hits the fan for her. That's just my random thoughts. Again, I am not a League of Legends player. I'm just a dude that creates stories, and this is kind of the direction that I would go with. It makes sense to me for her character setting, for it all pretty much. The boat on the horizon, the class of ship that it was, and all that sort of shit. You can let me know in the comments what you believe, or if you agree or whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm just here talking shit. But I hope you guys somewhat agree or disagree. Anyway, let me know. I'll cop that in the comments. Have a good one, and I'll catch you guys in the next vid.